So I thought it might be fun to do a bit of an experiment. I've got, of course, my Surly Krampus behind me with aluminum Bontrager wheels and my Slash back here with carbon Bontrager wheels. They weigh almost exactly the same, assuming the rims on the carbon wheel set are probably lighter. And on the aluminum wheel set, we have straight pull spokes. On the carbon wheel set, we have J-bends, but the hubs are the same design. When I swap them, the free hub bodies will be exactly the same because they will stay with their respective cassettes. So I thought it might be fun to put the carbon wheels on the Surly and see, is it worth it to put carbon wheels on a steel bike? All right, got both front wheels off, got the rotors off, so we're gonna weigh these things just to see. All right, we're 921 grams on the aluminum wheel. Again, aluminum rim, straight pull spokes. Okay, and we're 984 on the carbon wheel. So the aluminum wheel in total weighs less. Now, we hope that the carbon rim weighs less than the aluminum one. That means less rotational mass. But it does seem overall that the carbon wheels are a little bit heavier than the aluminums. So made it this far. We're going to try it anyways. All right, guys, let's just cut straight to it. I rode the carbon wheels on the Surly Krampus for about 3 days, probably, I would say, about 20, 25 miles total. And honestly, did they make a difference? Was it good or bad? They really didn't. They felt almost exactly the same. If anything, if you squint your eyes real tight and really focus on the details, you could notice some slight differences in the way that they handled and in the way that they rode. But it was very, very minor. Didn't see any change in my overall speed. Acceleration was about the same. I kept the same tires on the bike the entire time when I rode the aluminums and the carbons. Overall harshness felt different, but very, very similar. In some circumstances, I would say I felt more feedback from the carbon wheels than the aluminum, especially when going over railroad tracks. I feel less feedback from the aluminum wheels. But to be honest, again, you've got to really squint hard to notice any of those differences. They felt really, really similar. So is it worth a big upcharge? I would say over a nice set of aluminum wheels, probably not. If you've got a basic set of aluminum wheels that are heavy, maybe have poor hubs on them, you know, switching to a nicer set of wheels overall, whether it's carbon or aluminum, is definitely going to make a difference. Both of these wheels feel super smooth and they handle great. They're really, really lovely to ride. So if I had a poor set of wheels on there, I'm sure I'd notice a difference. But the fact that they weighed almost exactly the same and they have the same hubs on them really just showed that, you know, the material itself doesn't make that big of a difference. There is some differences there, but it's quite minor. I did end up putting a 2-inch tire on the Surly Krampus when I put the aluminum wheels back on, and I left the Surly Extraterrestrials on the Slash with the carbon wheels. And the 2-inch tires, of course, are about a pound lighter than the Extraterrestrials each. And the acceleration from that change was extremely noticeable. The bike accelerates a lot quicker. Even when you're just pushing off from the start, you notice it immediately. Once you're up to speed, though, it's really not that big of a deal. My average speeds were pretty similar, but I did notice an increase in speed overall on some of my commutes. So those are a lot faster, but I can definitely feel that I'm a little bit too close to the ground on that bike. The bottom bracket is a little bit too low. So I'm going to be throwing back on a pair of 2.6-inch tires. But if you're wanting to make a big increase in the performance of your bike and a big reduction in weight, going to a lighter tire is going to be a much better investment than a lighter set of wheels. So that's what I took away from it. It was a fun experiment. If you're thinking about putting carbon wheels on your bike, it's not a bad choice at all. Just maybe more expensive than a nice set of alloys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and we'll catch you guys next time.